That's one of the few things that it doesn't matter how cool the game is. If they don't get that shit under control, people will leave the game. It does not matter how cool it is. It does not matter how fun it is. If there's exploits and shit everywhere they aren't addressing, people like me will leave the game.
What's wrong with ARC Raiders? Unpacking the problem. It seems as though every week or every other day, there's something that a content creator is not liking about ARC Raiders at this current moment. It just seems to be the case. Now, overall, honestly, I must say a lot of gamers are having fun with the title, including myself. I can't even lie to you folks. I'm enjoying the game more so than not, okay? However, I like to dive into every aspect of the games we play and love, okay? So with that said, ARC Raiders is no exception from there. Now, before I react to this video here, I must ask you folks a question. If there was any aspect of ARC Raiders at the current moment right now that you would change or tweak, what would that be? And mind you guys, this change could be anything. It could be the sound, how the loot table is dispersed, anything that you see fit for a change for ARC Raiders. What would you do different in this game to make it that much more better? That little bit more terrific or spectacular? Let me know what you would change down in the comment section below. So if you enjoy ARC Raiders, make sure that you give this video a big like, and also consider subscribing if you enjoy conversations and real talk just like this. All right, today's content creator is Co, and he says here, does ARC Raiders have a problem? Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're about to find out right now. Let's hop into it. Mind you peeps, this is my first time hearing this shit right now, so I don't know what he's about to say, but we're about to find out right now. Let's get it.
This is really not good. It's the devs. The devs have to fix it. It's not the player's fault. The devs have to fix it. This is too much. Like there's too many bugs in this game right now, man. Too many bugs in this game. I mean, in a game like this, the devs are doing a really good job giving us stuff to do, but there's only so much stuff we can be able to do in this game when you consider that they also want this game to be done by casual players. So there has to be a limit of content. They can't just give us things to do forever, because then this game would be like unplayable for casuals. The limits that you can hit right now, there are 4 specific limits you can hit right now. Those limits are completing all your quests, getting level 75, doing the trial system as much as you'd like to get as far as you prefer, and then the expedition system. If you've done all those things, at that point, you're just doing one thing. You are playing for fun to get your stash higher for your expedition. That's really all you have left, outside of your raider decks. But honestly, anyone that's got a lot of time in this game, raider decks are not a thing to them. They got 100% of their raider deck a long time ago. So that's not that comes kind of passively. You don't really need to do anything for that. What I would say is thankfully this game's gameplay loop is really, really fun.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really holding ARC Raiders together for real. Outside of the hardcore grinders, and guys, by no means am I a hardcore grinder in this game, right? I'll definitely be on the casual side all the way. Like I'm casual boy. I'm casual man. But he's definitely right. If you're at that point that he's talking about, you're essentially playing for the love of the game, and thank God the loop is actually fun. You know, so I definitely would have to agree there. Outside of everything Code just listed off, that's where it's at right now. But I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know where he's getting that in particular, but let's continue on, see what he's talking about.
All the organic moments with other people. Do you want me to help you? Do you want me to help you?
No.
You sure?
No, yes, I'm just leaving.
Okay, so you don't feel that dirty. Okay, bye.
No.
Yo.
I can't believe this game exists. I can't believe this game exists. I cannot. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, because this is something Embark is gonna have to decide. Like, when we make our progression mechanics, how much are we going to let power gamers power game? How much are they going to give players like me carrots on a stick to do? One thing that I do think would be really fun is it's becoming increasingly clear that this game is going to have players that can play once a week for 2 hours, and this game is also going to have players that play 80 hours a week every single day. And I know what I just said.
Right. There's definitely people that are gonna no life the fuck out of Arc Raiders for sure. Again, I'm fit on more the casual side with it, but there's gamers out there that go balls to the fucking wall. You know, and are you one of those people, guys? Let me know down in the comment section. There's listen, I'm not shaming you. There ain't no shame over here. Listen, I love discussion. Y'all know what it is. But are you one of those people that go 80 hours a week in this? And if you have the privilege and opportunity to do so, shit, God bless. But are you more on the casual side? And it's a fine balance you got to strike. Honestly, he's right. It's a fine balance you got to strike because you got to entertain both parties well to keep the retention up and the game progressively in the right direction. You know what I mean? You can't negate one side or the other. You have to nurture both sides and keep the game chugging along in that manner. I don't know if this is going to be a thing that serves to be difficult for Embark Studios, because if they could strike that balance, however, it would be something magical. Right out the gate right now, it seems as everything is going off without a hitch, but we don't know what the long term looks like, right? We don't know if Arc Raiders truly has a content problem, right? And a player retention problem that can't be ignored in the future. But again, with time, we'll ultimately see what's up with that.
It seems like Embark is really serious about giving us a lot to do with the roadmaps that they're releasing, like a lot of new stuff. But on top of that, they have a lot of mechanics designed for long range play, like the trial system, the expedition system. These are systems that are designed from the get-go for months to years of play. So it's awesome that those mechanics are here, because it shows players like me they're in this for the long haul, not the quick buck of a like 90% of free to play style treadmills, which we normally see like that in this situation. I'm gonna be blunt. There's so many people in this that are saying right now so many things that need to change in this game. I want to be one of the people that's saying I don't.
All right, let me see what this guy's saying. It's been less than a month. The game should be designed to hold the attention of the average Joe working 50 hours a week in students, not people playing it literally 12 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, again, fine balance to strike here. I guess that this is where the issue's coming in. Like, will they have enough content to progressively keep Arc Raiders going? I think they'll be just fine. And these folks that are just grinding it 24/7, holy fuck. Like, I don't know if I just say tough titty and keep it moving, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really a inherent issue, right? They're just going to have to learn to pace themselves. Well, I mean, this could be their job. I don't know. But they're going to have to learn to just deal with the content that they have and keep it moving, in my opinion. This comment here is very interesting to see.
Think we need to change or add anything big right now. I think this game is pretty magical how it is. I would love to see these devs be able to develop their vision without being told necessarily what to do. The thing that I keep coming back to with this game is that this game started as a PvE game. That's where it started. And the dev said, this isn't as fun as it can be. Let's make it PvPvE.
It didn't work. The larger recipe for the game wasn't there. And again, we couldn't replicate the sessions consistently enough. So I think that's enough to start talking about, well,
Hey, and you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's touch on that, because there's some folks that be in the comment section that just be like really scaring me and shit. Some of y'all be like really fucking weird. Anyway, yo, shout out to the ones out there that fuck with your boy. I love you, like real shit. Respect to all my people out there. But listen, this game is meant to be the way it is. However, Embark designed this game to be, with PvP in it. It just works, and it's just fucking fun. Let it be that. You understand? Let it fucking be that. There's so many people out there that's just like, yo, PvE only is the way. Like, or PvP only is the way. Like, bro, Embark Studios know what they designed here. There's always a conversation around this, and it just seems like I don't know if it's almost scary. It almost seems like bots or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it is, but Embark designed their game with a purpose. They had a purpose in mind. They have a design plan in mind, and let's fucking let it be. Let Embark cook with what they have thought out for this title and let it go. Okay, because right now, man, there's nothing that they're doing inherently wrong. Okay, now they might need to approach some different things from a content angle, right? And a content perspective, right? But outside of that, what they have as a foundation is fucking phenomenal. So all these folks that are tripping over like this game needs to lean more towards PvE only or PvP, listen, man, chill with that shit. And listen, if I kill you on sight, I kill you on sight. All right, like, bro, it is what it is. The game's designed the way it's designed. You could be friend or foe in this. It's up to you. It's up to your own discretion. Have fun respectively within the parameters of the game. Outside of being a cheater and doing weird exploitative shit in the game, outside of that, have your fucking fun. Play the game the way you want to play it.
Should we consider adding the PvP component?
I understand that a lot of people, and frankly me included, wanted this to be a PvE game, and I wanted for our vision to work. But when it doesn't work, you have two options. You can either, well, three. You can release what you have to the public and they will crucify you. We've seen that happen multiple times. Or you decide, I don't want to continue with this, we shut it down. That we've seen that multiple times. Or you still have a belief in the lore, everything that you've built and the core kind of gameplay loop, and you say, maybe I can just make this something different.
And they made that decision, and that decision is why I love the game. So because I know that they made that decision, and they made the right decision in my opinion, that makes me a little more inclined to trust their judgment and not be like, you need to add this, you need to change this. Let's just see what they're gonna cook. Let's just give them some time to cook this. Like, they're clearly making good decisions. Let's not tell them they need to add or change anything, and let's just let them cook.
But that's the fucking problem with you gamers, bro. That's the problem with some of you folks. That's the problem with some of you watching this video right now. You won't let Embark cook and do their thing, right? This game just needs some type of like weird, like some crazy change that just is unrealistic, right? The game has to be PvE or nothing, or PvP or nothing. Some of you are very weird on here, man. Some of you are very, very weird on here. I'm on the side of in Embark we trust, and I'm going to let them do their thing. The rest of you, you're fucking lost.
So that's kind of where I am with this game. They're doing really, the only big complaint I have, and I will say this is a big complaint. They need to get better pipelines in place to fix exploits and glitches faster.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Now, I have seen that they fix some things with the people going through walls, like you get fried now if you go through walls and shit like that, which is very cool and stuff, but Ko is right on that. You need to fix the exploits. I said this in my previous video. You gotta be on top of that fast. You find an exploit 1 week, it needs to be patched the next type of deal. Like real shit. It like no ifs, ands, or buts, nothing in between, has to be fixed immediately.
Man, you know, this is too much. Like there's too many bugs in this game right now, man. This is really not good. The bottom is normal, the top is with animation canceling. What they're doing is they're emptying a full mag. The top is done. The bottom is still shooting. 50% more effective animation canceling on a Renegade. I don't know what Embark pipelines look like. I don't know how long it takes them to ratify a build. I don't know how their system works, but they need to change their system so when an exploit is found, it is fixed faster. And I don't know what it takes to do that, but they need to do that. The fact that there is animation canceling, the fact that people are still going through doors in the most basic, easy way, that is unacceptable for a game like this. That will kill this game. That's one of the few things that it doesn't matter how cool the game is. If they don't get that shit under control, people will leave the game.
He's totally right. He's totally right. If you do not fix these exploits and be tentative to what's going on in your game, again, just like Ko said here, doesn't matter how fucking late your game is, it's dead. It's dead. Exploits, cheats, workarounds, whatever you folks like to call them, if you don't stay on top of it, you're going to have a real issue. A real issue. And I feel as though Embark Studios is taking it serious for the most part, right? Anything that they see as an exploit or whatever, they're trying to proactively hop in tweak and correct those wrongs, right? But they have to stay on top of it, because if you're not keeping a beat on the pulse of what's going on, holy crap, we're going to be in for big trouble with this game.
Does not matter how cool it is. Does not matter how fun it is. If there's exploits and shit everywhere they aren't addressing, people like me will leave the game.
Facts. Same here. Straight up.
So like, that's my biggest complaint. And I'm honestly concerned at this point. I'm a little worried because like there's some major exploits in this game they're not addressing. And I feel like more people are figuring out about them every day, and we're seeing them in the population become more and more popular. And it's like, guys, you gotta nip this in the bud. You can't let this become, oh, everyone exploits an art because that's just what everyone does. Like, stop. Like, you need to stop this. This will kill your game. So that's honestly the only thing I would tell them to change. That's it. That's what Arc Raiders will become known for. Not all the cool stuff, not all the great big cool robots. That will be what Arc Raiders is known for if they don't fix it. So yeah, I'm worried, dude. I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie, because I love this game. I'm worried. I think you're wrong. Tarkov has a massive cheater problem, which is way worse and still has a player base. Tarkov still has a player base. Tarkov could have 10 times the player base than it does now if it was done properly. So
yeah, totally. I mean, I don't even fuck with Tarkov, but he's right though. If Tarkov was handled a different way, it would see like a resurgence that we never seen before if it was handled differently. I totally agree.
Don't ever use Tarkov as Tarkov is popular despite its flaws. And the only reason it is as popular as it is because there's no competition. That's
right.
Real. So like, no, like one of the reasons Arc Raiders is doing so well is because people are so freaking tired of having to only play Tarkov for this kind of game. And it's, to put it bluntly, it's pretty terrible in a lot of ways. So yeah, don't ever use that as an excuse. That's not an okay excuse.
Yeah, using Tarkov as an excuse is terrible. To me, Tarkov is one of the premier extraction shooters. And I say premier because it was kind of like the first of its kind for back then, the first of its kind, right? But outside of that, I think the game's fundamentally flawed. I think it's just hardcore for no reason. Like by design is hardcore, right? But I don't think there's any fun value in it that I personally take away from it. Tarkov to me is just like, I could just throw that shit away. It's very infuriating and frustrating to play. Like when I played it personally for myself, I'm only going off of my experience. I couldn't see the fun loop in it. It gave more of a headache and more of a pain to play than fun, genuine fun for me. You know, so and I feel as though that the devs were very hands off in a lot of ways. Like they just didn't care. They seen exploits or problems. They just rode out with it for months, years, and some examples of what I've seen and heard. Right. And it just didn't seem as though that those folks really cared as much. Right. But here we are soon. Tarkov coming to console. Oh, Abel, it can't come to console. Tarkov would never come to console. Look at this. The black man's right again. like listen, you folks don't get it. Some folks really don't get business. If there's a dollar to be made, there's a dollar to be made. They'll figure out how to bring a game like Tarkov, as we can see, ladies and gentlemen, to console. You know, still don't think it's going to be worth the shit, but I mean, it's going to be on console. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Let's get back to this.
It's not valid. Oh, Tarkov does it. Is not a valid. No. If anything, we should be getting away from all of the Tarkov did it stuff. Like the whole point is that this genre needs a bit of a reboot.
Yeah. Saying Tarkov did it, whatever. Tarkov is not the benchmark here. It's a fucking terrible benchmark. Terrible game, in my opinion. Just not fun, but moving on.
So yeah, I would not ever use that. Yeah, don't do that. Demon Miner says, wait, you don't like your PvE games full of cheaters and exploiters? Well, thankfully, you know, hey, to their credit, thankfully we don't seem to be dealing with a lot of hackers in this game. That's great. I don't know if I'm being hacked and cheated, but it doesn't feel like I don't feel like I'm being aimbotted and stuff often, which is great. So there may be some exploits and stuff in this game, but thankfully the cheating seems to be pretty minimal. I think that it's very clear whatever the problem is that Embark is dealing with the door, the colliders, the getting underground, it's a much bigger, deeper problem than they can easily fix. So I think that as they do the best they can on that, putting in mitigating things like this fire thing is the best they can do. And I think that's a good direction to go. It shows the community at least they're working on it, they're doing their best. Like it's a good.
Yeah, guys, that's the this is the way that they're killing folks sneaking in through the doors and stuff. I think it's a good workaround for now. I don't know if this is going to be the end all be all answer to that, but this is what they have done recently to answer people sliding through walls and shit to get loot. I like it. At least it serves justice in some way, in my opinion.
It's a good direction for the community to see. So now, of course, by putting that hotfix in, like somebody just said in chat, that probably broke a bunch of other things we don't even realize. Like hotfixes like what they did with this are generally really risky. And obviously they don't want this as a permanent thing, because the permanent fix should be no one goes in a locked room, right? That's the fix.
Right.
So I think it's great to see them. It's great to see them trying to address the problem as fast as possible. That's what they're doing. They're trying. From the looks of it, they are now in the mode where they're like, we just need to address this before we have a fix, because the fix is taking too long. And they know that, which is why they did this. So I like that. It's going to be interesting to see as the game kind of gets older, like how we see them cater to all the different players that play this game. Because this game is bringing together players in a way that we have not seen in a long time. Like there's almost MMO levels of like casual and power gamers in this game. And it's such a magical thing. Yeah. And if Embark leans into this and designs these systems properly, like they could be building the foundation of a new type of game. Like it is actually that. It is that cool. It is that meaningful. But we'll have to see. Like we'll have to see. Like a lot of unknowns to get between here and there.
So, do you folks agree with Co's take? Is Embark facing a lot of challenges that are outside of their hands, or do you feel like they're going to build healthy remedies to solve most of Arc Raiders' issues? Now, me personally, I think Embark Studios is a talented group of folks, and they will get their shit together and figure out healthy solutions to remedy all the bugs and exploits that this game has currently. But clearly, the content creators and casuals alike have concerns for this title, and they range drastically. It could be from sound design, exploits. There's a lot of gripes and differences that gamers have within Arc Raiders, and you're seeing it plain as day. However, as I said before previously, the overarching theme is that a lot of gamers are having fun, which is a great thing. Now, with that said, we'll only see in the future how things reign supreme here. Are we going to have a game that's competent and actually has integrity all the way through? Or is this game going to be something that has big problems and issues down the road? Only time would tell. So if you guys didn't check out my last Arc Raiders video, it was a banger. Be sure to click here and I'll be sure to see you there.